Like,
he beat the greatest team of all time in the finals to bring a ring to a city and a state that was championship star for years.
Can I ask you?
That ring is worth 4 rings.
I know you proving your point, but can I ask one question?
Go ahead.
Just one question. You can get back on it. If Draymond Green doesn't get suspended, do they win?
We'll never know.
Go back.
We'll never know.
Hey,
we'll never know.
As long as y'all saw where I was headed with that, go ahead. What's up, y'all? Go Talk419 Sports Podcast. Tony Burrow, it's my partner Dub. This is the episode you all been waiting for, man. Who is the GOAT? Michael Jordan or LeBron James? And I'm gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, kick it off.
I'm gonna kick it off. But I'm saying, like, the fact that we the same age and you still question this is mind-boggling to me. The fact that the fact that you see both these guys' careers and you still don't give it to MJ. I just don't understand why, because I know you know what I know. But anyways, so MJ's the GOAT. Okay.
Tell me why. Let's get to it.
Tell you why?
Why is he the greatest of all time? Without saying, no, I'm not. I'm not
put your restrictions on. No, put your restrictions on it. Put your restrictions on it. Not saying what? 6 for 6 in the finals.
I'm gonna give you the floor. If the floor is yours, let's hear the blasphemy. I just want to hear it.
I think MJ the GOAT, man, just because when it's time to put up, he put up, man. Ain't no catching cramps because the AC too hot. You feel me? Ain't no quitting on the team because some rumor about some guy did something with your mom or something, or MJ wouldn't even be in that situation to put himself into. But that's not here nor there. You know what I'm saying? No, none of that weird stuff that just always happen to pop up for Bron. When you get to the biggest stage, MJ's delivery, whether it's the national championship, whether it's the finals, whether it's for gold medal, FIBA play, it don't matter. Championship on the line, MJ delivering 6 times, you know what I'm saying? 6-time final MVP. 88, I believe, is the year. DPOY, scoring champ. Bron never won DPOY. Let me talk to you. First team All NBA. All-Star Game MVP. That's what I'm saying. Like, Bron, it's either like one or the other. Like, where Bron was really elite with the defense, he wasn't giving you the offense. Like MJ was giving you both. First team All NBA offense, scorer title offense, first team All NBA defense. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Pure domination. Only played with one All-Star. One All-Star. Scotty. That's it.
How many Hall of Famers did he play with?
2. Scotty and Rob.
Okay.
D-Wade. Bosh. Kyrie.
Are you done? Or?
Kevin Love. AD. Rondo.
You doing a lot of talking.
Hey, go ahead. Hop in.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Hop in. Rebuttal.
Won championships. Okay. Impressive. 6 is amazing. 6 in 8 years. Okay. 2 3-peats. Amazing. One of the best ever. A drive. Work ethic like nobody else's. However, he's a mythical creature. He's a product of the 90s. There was no this. There was no debate commentary shows. There was no other side of the coin. It was just, if you're a star, and we keep you there unless you do something that brings you back down. A lot of other 90s stars like O.J. Simpson, Dennis Rodman, other people where they do something that just messes up their entire image, so they'll never be that again. Jordan is the last star. And when I say that, he's the last person where you weren't looking for what was wrong. Everything was perfect. The shoes, the Be Like Mike, the Gatorade, the tongue out, everything, right? Perfect, crystal cut image. The problem with that is, like most other things, sometimes things become so popular that they become overrated. Michael Jordan isn't overrated, but he's going to get things that maybe he didn't deserve. The Defensive Player of the Year award, arguable. The consistent, everybody saying he's the best. He was the best. Was he the best because of who he was playing against or who was playing at the time? Because could he beat Magic Johnson when he was at his best? That's a no. Could he beat Larry Bird when he was at his best? That's a no. Could he beat the Pistons when they were at their best? That's a no. All I want is a fair judgment for this man's career. By the way, people talk about it. You would have thought Jordan only played 6 years. How many years did Jordan play? Do you know? Because I know.
Like
more than 6, right?
The first Chicago stayed like 14.
Okay, so what did he do when he was probably at his scoring best? The young, hair, gold chain Mike Jordan, Air Jordan 1s, 63 points in a loss.
That's facts. I agree.
He did nothing until his competent GM and owner were able to bring in the pieces that complemented him. Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc, and free agents, and Steve Kerr's, and Ron Harper, and all these other players that were able to make him the best version of him. And you know why he was so comfortable there, even though he hated Jerry Krause? Because he was making the correct moves.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Arguably
I like that.
One of the greatest players of all time. However, there was 2 years in between those three-peats, right? Mm-hmm. What happened those years?
I'm glad you... Can I hop in?
No, it's pretty simple.
Okay.
What happened, right?
Okay.
He had a chance to get to championships, and what happened? He didn't make it.
You talking about when he retired?
You say so when Michael Jordan quits, it's retiring, but when other people, when you say Barry Sanders, he retired, you call him a quitter, right? When you say Calvin Johnson retired, you call him a quitter, right? However, when you're Golden Boy, Air Jordan quits on his team. He retired and is polite. And, go.
Can I please respond to that? Just that. Okay. Just that, and then you can go back in. So with that, if Barry Sanders or Calvin Johnson would have retired with a ring.
So it's
okay.
It's what
you got it done. There's no question. So you got it done. You're a champion. Bye. You can go.
It's okay, but
you can go.
Get back.
You can go. No, it's on you. What else you got to say?
The 2 years in between the three.
Yeah, that's where we were at. I'm sorry. That's where we were at.
The years after '98, the Wizards years, people just forget about.
Okay,
the 2 years in between the championships, people just forget about.
That's a huge...
And the years when he was scoring 79 points and getting his ass kicked by the Celtics, people just forget about.
Okay.
It's very convenient that we only do this for this one star. You know why? Because there was no social media to tear him down. There was nobody to tear him down on the daily. It was all... He's the only superstar that only got all praise. Nobody ever was like, no, Jordan's not that good. Every other superstar has that. Kobe, there'll always be naysayers who are like, oh, he's not that good. LeBron James, oh, he's not this or not that. Jordan is in a sweet spot of time in the 90s where if you elevated to that, he didn't put himself out there too much other than commercials. The things that could have were suspicious and could have gotten him in trouble, like the gambling and his father's untimely passing, people just swept under the rug.
That didn't get swept under the rug. That was big time.
How often is it brought up? You just brought up a figurative, a situation with LeBron James' mom. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to.
Me neither. Because no. We're definitely not going into that.
No, but you brought it up though. You brought it up though.
We're not going to go into the specifics.
But we're not going to bring up.
We're not going to go into the specifics. But go ahead.
This feeds more into it about how we treat our stars, right? Michael Jordan is just a shining figure that will never tarnish. But when you really break it down, he has failures also. Only thing is he doesn't fail when he gets to the championship game. However, when he's playing against other people who are on his level, Isaiah Thomas,
all right,
Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, what did he do? What did he do?
All right,
can you say you can't even say Jordan and lost in the same sentence because you love him so much?
Can I come in now?
Come in.
Thank you. So, all right, let's be fair. I see where you headed with this. Oh, what? Jordan did start playing in 91. It was years from between 84 and 91 where he was playing where he was playing, right?
Well, just run up and down the court. No championships, no nothing.
Okay, yeah. So
losing in the conference finals, in the playoffs.
Okay. So look, when did your boy get to the finals? Year 4?
Very fast.
Year 4, right?
What did he drag to the finals? Huh? His final, he ain't had no Pippen. I know that.
Year 4 for Bra, he got to the finals. He got to the top of the mountain faster than MJ, right? We all agree. And what happened when he got to the top of the damn mountain? A little breeze blew his ass right off. It was all bad. You had a lot to say. So I'm going to have a lot to say here now, too. So Jordan took 8 years to get to the top of the mountain. But guess what? When he planted that damn flag, that flag stayed there.
How many dynasties did he play against in the finals?
That flag stayed there until he took it off. Came back 2 years later and put it back. Until when he took it off. There was no knocking him out. There was no knocking him off the mountain. Once he was established that he was at the pinnacle, nobody challenged.
He only got to the top because of people at the top decided to retire. Magic Johnson was at that top, and he was like, you know what? Between the A's and all this other stuff, I'm done.
Magic Johnson got knocked off in the finals.
Larry Bird, that gave out. Isaiah Thomas, he limped off the court. He only got to the top because the top had nobody there.
Damn.
He didn't knock anybody off.
That's how you gonna do it?
He knocked it over.
That's how you gonna do it?
The throne wasn't... Nobody was seated in the throne. It was vacant.
Damn, bro.
It was his spot to take.
You're talking about players who was drafted in the 70s.
He still had...
You're talking about players who were drafted in the 70s.
He had to let them age out, and then he found his spot.
Age out?
Age out. Well, you know what? I'll give him that because his first championship, he got one against the Lakers, against a team that had... Your boy had
to age in. Then he had to age it. Yeah, he had to age it. Beat the Maverick, he had to wait till he paid the baby Thunder. He had to wait till he paid a bunch of 22 or 23-year-olds to get a ring. He couldn't take out old Dirk.
He was already getting there. He was beating historic teams. He got to the finals with a team that did not deserve to be there. Jordan could never. Well, look, you know what? We're done with this. Let me get to the reasons why LeBron is the GOAT.
Okay.
Born in Ohio, you know something about that. He rose from nothing. Single parent household. Thrust into the national spotlight at 15 years old. Everything was... He shouldn't be here. To have that much attention, forego college, number 1 pick, to his hometown team, scrapping, fighting, becoming better and better and better, inept ownership and management, and 4 years in, he still can get them to a finals. What does he run into? One of the best teams of all time, a dynasty in the Spurs, correct? Yes or no? And you only need one answer. That's a yes.
It's correct, but he played like horseshit at the finals. Go ahead.
Ran into a dynasty. Arguably three Hall of Famers. We'll keep it at that. Versus LeBron. He was swept. Accordingly. Correct?
Correct.
That feat alone puts him into a category of almost like an Allen Iverson.
What, losing in the final? That's a feat?
Would you rather him lose in the conference finals like Jordan? Is that better?
No, I'd rather him get to the finals and not lose. But, go ahead.
To then turn around, play out that contract with that shit organization. And
the organization that was winning like 60 plus wins a year, 66 wins, 62 wins.
Look at the landscape of the NBA. I'm losing to the Spurs. Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker. Man, I wonder what it's like to play with another star. I wonder what it's like to play with ownership and general managers who draft the right people and right free agent signings and know what I need to be a superstar, what makes me better. Where can I go get that? Man, you know, Pat Riley knows what he's doing. Dwayne Wade is a good friend of mine. Miami is lovely. Have you been there before? I have. It's incredible. And the most respectable thing about it is he did it after playing his contract out like a man should.
Listen.
And he made a free agent choice.
Listen.
I'm going to go play for Miami.
Listen.
The doors opened and He was already the best player in the NBA at that point. He took his game to another level, annihilating teams.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait. Hold on. Let me address this. Yes, he played out his contract, but let's keep
There's
it
no
down.
quotations with that. He played his contract out.
He played his contract out, but he went down to the Olympics. He got with his little buddies, D Wade. But this was all set in motion. You know it was set in motion in the Olympics. They said when our contract's out, we gonna do it because we can't get it done on our own, so we gotta join forces. Bosh, can you get past the first round? No, D Wade, you barely make the playoffs. I can't get it. So
he already had a ring at that point.
Right, 5 years ago, bro.
He still had one.
5 years ago.
Anyway, let me get back to it. Look, went to Miami, proved to be a champion. That team was falling apart. Played his contract out again. You know what? I got unfinished business in Ohio. I'm going back. Brought a championship back to a city and a state that's just championship. They're just begging for one. He gave them that. Then, mogul stage. Let me go to LA.
Mogul stage? Are you still a player, or are you? I'm sorry, I get confused.
Sometimes I get confused. The best do both. Jay-Z can do it. He can do it.
Is he the mogul or GM, a player?
Well, you can forget all of that. Mm-hmm. The scoring, the passing ability, the sheer will to win. He's the best driver of the basketball I've ever seen. He changed from being a player who had to get to the rim. He adapted to the game, started shooting 3-pointers. From his beginning of his career to now, the game has changed so much. And he was able to adapt with it seamlessly. There's no other star I can think of who could have done that. He's not even a primary scorer, and he's on pace to be the number one scorer in all-time NBA history. How can you argue that? He does too many things better than Jordan can.
What the heck are you talking about, bro?
I'm giving you...
Damn, if you don't go to college and you play 20 years in the league, I hope you can score that many points. Damn, some people wanted to further their education.
No, some people
wanted to hit game-winning shots in the national championship.
Hey, when he came out, people were going to the NBA out of high school, right? He wasn't good enough. He had to go to college, get better.
Man, this dude crazy. You really crapping on MJ.
I'm not. I
love him. You really tearing down like you really tearing down love.
I love him.
Nah.
But when it comes to the greatest of all time, the best man to ever touch a basketball is LeBron James.
Look, okay, listen, MJ, bro, all that weird stuff you talk. Listen,
there's no weird.
The man went to college for 2 years, so you tell me MJ straight out of college. The guy came in dropping 28 points a game as a rookie, dub. So let's put 2 more years on to that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. But you know what he also did? He also had to quit in the middle of his career because it became too tough. I'm sorry.
With no social media. My dad's tragically got killed. I'm sorry. That's a lot to have. I'm sorry, bro. Hey, at least I'm sorry. I don't know what I would have did in that situation. Do you?
He had a dad.
What
did LeBron have?
He had Miss Gloria James, who raised a hell of a son.
Okay.
What
I'm saying is, LeBron never had to quit in the middle of his career to take two years off to get his head right. And whenever LeBron has left the team, they weren't able to win only 5 less games and still get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now we're getting to the heart of the conversation.
Now we're getting to my favorite point. You know why? I was glad you said that so I can segue into this. Because you know why that happens, guys? You know why? Because LeBron is a world eater. He's like Galactus. He goes to your planet. He sucks up all the resources. And then he moves to the next galaxy. When he leaves the Cavs and he sucks up all the good years he can out of them, then he goes to the Heat. And then he goes to the Heat, sucks up all the good years he can, leaves them high and dry. Come back to the Cavs. You run Kyrie off. You run Kyrie off. You suck all the talent out of there, and then you move on to the next franchise. LA, you better hope AD still good.
So he ran Kyrie off.
You're
talking about plans when Kyrie doesn't even believe this one is round.
Listen, he ran Kyrie off. Little bro, calling him little bro. The kid.
He is a kid if you're younger than me.
Hey, I'm the kid, but I just hit the game winner in the final to deliver a title.
Who got you there?
You got each other.
Kyrie should have recognized who his OG was. If he stayed in his place, he would still be there.
OG was.
Brown was Kyrie.
Kobe is his OG. Bean was his OG. Not Bron. Bron was his teammate.
Hey, what did Kyrie do in Cleveland before LeBron got there? Let's run that.
Not much.
Not anything, but
not
get
much.
Injured. Okay, but we'll see how Kyrie. We're not gonna get into that, but he doesn't have to take years off. He's more dedicated to the game. Lives and breathes.
More dedicated to the game than MJ?
More dedicated to the game.
The most fiery, intense guy in your face. The guy that'll do
anything.
anything.
I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so let's get into the psychology aspect of that, right?
Okay.
So people say that the will to win, MJ, Kobe, they got this grit. They put a scowl on their face. They go get it, right? So what happens if you have a player who is, let's say, maybe more of an introvert? They don't want to talk about it. They just want to be about it. They don't have to put on a mean face. They don't have to put on a look. They just go get it done.
I'll tell you what happens. You
They
go
just
4-6 in the final. That's what happens. You got some guy that went 5-2 being gritty, grimy. You got a guy that went 6-0 being gritty, grimy. You want to be an introvert and try to passive aggressively take social media shots at people.
We don't live in a world now.
4-6.
We don't live in a world now where you can cuss folks out, punch them in the face, and then they still be a cool teammate and go get 20 for you. People are too. There's no grown man that's taking that.
Okay.
There's no grown man that's taking that. He can't go to Taylor Horton Tucker and slap him in the face and still.
Man, listen.
You have to mind yourself a little better in the social media era.
I like that. That's a good point. But
So
hey, you can mind
nowadays,
yourself, but listen.
if you do that, you alienate your team. You just can't. Would I think that he probably would do that if he could? Probably.
It's not in them.
It can't be in him.
If
he acted that way,
no,
they wouldn't succeed. If he acted that way, they wouldn't succeed. It's a delicate balance.
If he acted that way, they might have beat the Mavs. Go ahead.
Okay, so the Mavs loss is the only finals loss on his record that's inexcusable. They were supposed to win. He didn't win. Understand. How many dynasties did he run into? Let's list them all. The Spurs won. No. I don't want no interrupt. The Spurs won. Correct. Nod your head. Yes, that's a yes. Golden State Warriors. That's a yes, right? And then when they were at their best, 73-19, what happened? Did he beat that team? The greatest team of all time?
Damn, bro, come on, man. Like,
He beat the greatest team of all time in the finals
Listen,
to
bro.
bring a ring to a city and a state that was championship star for years.
Can I ask you?
That ring is worth 4 rings.
I know you proving your point, but can I ask one question?
Go ahead.
Just one question. You can get back on it. If Draymond Green doesn't get suspended, do they win?
We'll never know.
Go back
We'll
to
never know.
Hey,
We'll never know.
As long as y'all saw where I was headed with that, go ahead.
We'll never know. I mean, you know. To put a bow on this man isn't even a scorer by trade. And he's about to be the greatest scorer of all time.
Bro, you played 25 plus years. You're going
25 plus years?
You're going to be
He
up
hasn't
there.
played 25 years.
It was a jack.
Yeah, you're being facetious, but let's give the people the facts.
My point again, if I don't go to college for 2 years, and I came in the league averaging
He
28
could
points
have
a game, you don't think I would be up? MJ would be up there?
We'll never know because he wasn't good enough to come into the NBA team. He's been better at every age. He doesn't stop. He came into the league, transformed it, grew, became better. Then what he became best at wasn't good for the league. Changed his game, adapted to three-point shooting.
So, in your opinion, can I ask you a question? So, in your opinion, I get what you were saying with the method of LeBron versus MJ Kobe. So, would you say LeBron's like a pretty good teammate?
The best there is.
The best there is.
Mm-hmm.
The best teammate in the world. So in the NBA
better?
Finals, this great teammate, because of a simple mistake, had to sit away from his team and face this way during the timeout on the NBA Finals because he was just so bad. But he's the best teammate in the world.
You got to do what you got to do to get your head right. To that point, also, I went and did some research because I thought you would bring something like that up. So the average number of cameras on the court for the 90s when Jordan was at his best was around 5. Do you know how many are on the court now?
How many?
17 to 20.
Okay.
They're getting every single angle, so we don't know what Jordan was doing.
Yo, we know what Jordan was doing. We may not know what Scott Burrell was doing, but we know what Jordan was doing.
We don't have the footage of him punching Steve Kerr in the face. We finally got the footage after 25 years of him calling Scotty Burrell a piece of with all these other things, and that's okay. But LeBron turns his back on his teammates, and he's just terrible. Your man can call his people a
Did you deliver titles?
My man turned his back. He got himself together. You ever had to compose yourself, walk away from the situation, and say, you know what, let me just breathe.
Bro, you're supposed to be galvanizing the troops during this timeout. We're going to overtime. The game's not over. You still have to get back in. Why are you? We still have a whole quarter of regulation to play.
They were about to take game 1. And
we still could have if you went out and overtime just started.
Where he was at and his focus on the game, his teammates weren't on that same level. And that's frustrating.
So I just want to know.
Ask me, and
I just want to know. Like I understand, the Spurs was a dynasty.
What?
Correct.
Correct.
He should have lost that series. Correct.
He should have, yeah.
Right. No problem there.
No problem.
But why do you play like? I mean, I could see if like I could see if like they lost and he balled out or something. Roster? No, I'm not. I'm talking about LeBron. Okay. Why did he play like crap in that series? He had some of those fourth quarters where you only score 4 or 2 points, like against the Mavs. A little foreshadowing. We like to call that foreshadowing, but he did that then. His play was bad.
Hall of Famers. You're getting double team and triple team.
His play.
Man.
So okay, let's okay. To your point, if that was KD, you think any of those guys stopping him from scoring 30? They probably lose the series, but KD gonna get his.
He won't make it there. Did he? When he made it to his first finals, what happened? What happened in his first finals?
He was 22 years old. He lost.
What happened in the first finals?
He was 22 years old. He lost to the greatest player in the world.
Keyword in that whole sentence was he lost.
He lost.
Okay.
Yeah, you had 2 top 3 players in one team. Right.
Russ
wasn't Russ yet.
So you give
Russ
KD
wasn't
a pass.
Russ yet. Russ wasn't Russ yet.
He gives KD a pass, but Brian don't get no pass. You know why? Because he loves Jordan so much that you gotta dislike LeBron just a little bit.
No, I give. Did KD have the Chosen One tattoo on his back?
Let's not get into the tattoo.
No. They say it's KD called the Chosen One and on the cover of Sports Illustrated and Save Mary told all that. Is KD in the running to be the greatest player of all time? So no, yeah, I do hold them to a different standard. Yeah, I do.
I can't wait to see how this career wraps up, man. Like the farewell tour he's going to get is going to be the best of all time.
It will be.
If he could just get to 6 rings, I just want him to get to 6. So he go out 6-6, man. That'd be perfect. 6 up, 6 down, 6 wins, 6 losses, 5 losses to dynasties.
Jeez.
All
right, guys, go to, and this guy's celebrating losses again. So we can get to 6-6. All right, just put a button on this. MJ the GOAT. He got Bra. Appreciate the greatness, cause that is some good stuff. He is appreciate what you're watching, cause about 2-3 more years you ain't gonna see the kid no more.
Exactly.
So, but hey, go Talk419. Who's the real GOAT? Let's know what y'all think. Peace,
Bra.